Hello traders, welcome to this currency strength and weakness trading ideas video. Obviously it's a little bit different to the week ahead. We involve a lot of data in the week ahead, including sort of news events and things like that. This is just following the currency strength meter. I've done a little update to it to make it look a little bit better. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But this is the change that we're looking at going into this trading week on the currency strength meter. Now there are quite a few markets last week that performed really well, especially if we were looking at the likes of the yen weakness that we identified within the markets, especially against the US dollar yen and the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. Both markets respectively rallied about 200 plus pips last week. So if you managed to gather any kind of opportunities on those, then you would have done very well out of them on their own. This week we're looking at some other changes. So we've got euro, which I'm going to be focusing a lot on going into this trading week. There's potential for this to reverse, but I do quite like the idea of a bit more downside to the euro going into this trading week. But kind of looking at the visuals here, we can see the dollar's still a strong currency. The Swiss franc, despite the Swiss National Bank move, then to cut interest rates last week, still remains a strong currency in technical terms. So we haven't changed anything to this just yet, but that might come very shortly. A currency that decreased quite aggressively last week was the New Zealand dollar, so I do quite like Kiwi shorts as well. But I'm going to be focusing on the euro going into this this week of trading ideas because they're just cleaner charts in my opinion. Now going on to the Forex Heat Map, you can pause the video, obviously come back to it, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do right now for this. But these are the setups that I'm looking for going into this trading week. I'm looking at euro US dollar and pound US dollar from the dollar pairs, as well as potentially dollar yen. I was short at 159.90, but I've come out of that now for plus 36 pips just before I started filming this video actually. Reason being is that dollar yen did fall quite aggressively, actually about 120 pips to the downside, but it rose back again quite sharply. Didn't quite hit my TP on that, so kind of look to potentially reposition that move. But for now, I'm going to stay out of the yen markets for a minute because we might start to see a little bit of volatility pick up. So yeah, focusing on euro pairs, I do want to take a look at euro Swiss despite this sort of potential reversal forming here. I have a traffic light system and it's on amber at the moment. I do still feel like there could be some potential downside to that market, but we will go take a look at that. EURCAD I quite like as well, and those are the markets I'm going to be taking a look at today. So euro dollar, euro Swiss, and euro CAD. So let's kick it off with euro dollar. We saw lots of volume coming in at these lows last week. Ideally, back down at previous structure lows. I like trading from lows and highs. This is a 4-hour time frame, by the way. So all the charts will be a 4-hour and a, I was going to say 30-minute, but this is actually a 15-minute time frame at the moment. And I'm looking at this market right now because we've come up into this high volume level. Okay, high volume level. Volume profile is drawn from the swing highs down to the swing lows currently, and we have high volume here. Now, obviously, if price breaks to the upside, the market is going to go seek value elsewhere, and that could be up towards the 1.08 handle. I just believe that we could be seeing a bit more downside in euro this week. We've got some elections coming up on the 30th in Europe, and volatility from that could cause some euro downside. So I want to see if these sellers here defend their short positions from last week. This was an area we were looking to short last week, and it proved to move markets quite nicely. But also we've got volume building up down here, so I like the idea of trading from volume to volume. So what I'm looking at is the divergence that's building here on the 15-minute time frame between price and the stochastic oscillator. So I'm looking for changes of structure setups here right now. So that would be a break of these lows here. or if price essentially rallies back up and then breaks new lows. Like the idea of trying to take advantage of the market in some way, shape or form around that. Looking to just target back down at swing lows. So essentially this kind of 4-hour range that's being played at the moment, looking to try and kind of capitalize on that move there. Going on to EURCAD then. So I like shorts on EURCAD, trend in market. You know, we talked about getting short here last week. That proved to be a very good trade. I didn't take the whole move. I got out at these lows here, but the market continued to roll over. Very similar. We're getting volume being built at the lows here. We've pushed out of the lows. Volume can be targets for price. That's what I believe anyway. That's what I like to look for. So I want to see price try and trade up into this higher volume that was built before the trade lower. That to me could be a potential short. I've also got an anchored VWAP from the highs, also adding a bit of confluence to that zone there. However, if you're trying to trade into that on a day trading basis, then you might want to look for ideas surrounding this kind of low area on volume around about one spot for 660s and below. Anchored VWAP from the low combined with volume could be an idea for a short-term long. Just be aware that you will be going against the dominant trend on the higher time frame if you are looking for moves like that. Finally then, EURO-Swiss. So I like the idea of watching EURO-Swiss right now. Heavy downward trend on EURO-Swiss. Obviously Swiss National Bank came in, cut interest rates by 25 basis points, looking potentially for a weaker Swiss franc, but at the moment prices come into these key volume levels. Like the idea of price testing maybe this 0.96 handle, and if we get a rejection, I'd only be looking for a short-term move down into 95.60, because what we've had is a rally, consolidation, rally again. Consolidation is volume, could be a magnet for price, so I'm looking for price to be targeted to the downside there. Anchored VWAP also kind of in that zone as well, and we do have larger volumes being built. So my theory is if we get short around 0.96 and we do see the momentum push price lower, then first targets would be here. If we do get accepted and then breach, I'm looking for lower targets at 0.95 for this move. That's all I'm going to leave you with today. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you in the next trading video.